Ah, man, you know, AB, allowing bets, Angus beef, Adrien the Problem Broner is a 5-1 underdog versus Mikey Garcia. What? Stay tuned. Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button, also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest. You want to become part of notification gang, hit that bell icon. Now, I'm looking forward to it. We got a fight in July. Great summer fight. Steven Espinoza of Showtime, he brought up a good point. He said that this particular fight, Broner Garcia, is the biggest fight in boxing non-pay-per-view. Absolutely right. I can't think of a fight that has the fans this vested that is not pay-per-view. So we're not talking Ward Kovalev 2, Canelo Golovkin, Mayweather McGregor. Those are all pay-per-view. As far as fights that are on the books, maybe even the fights that have happened. Yeah, I would even say the fights that have happened. There's been some good ones. 2017 is lit. But out of non-pay-per-view fights, this is probably the most anticipated. And you got to give credit to Broner for he's a showman. He'll get you interested. Whether you're rooting for him or rooting against him, he got that baby lil bro. Ah, man, Floyd Mayweather, he taught me. You know what I mean? He has that whole package deal where he's going to entertain you too. Like, he's like, I like Mikey and his brother, but for this fight, we gonna call him Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. You know what I mean? And he's doing all these antics and theatrics. Now, you guys seen the title of the video, and you clicked on the video because this is Boxingego. We run it, and they posted this graphic about billions, and I talked about this, but I can't wrap my head around it. Pause. Broner says 5-1, Vegas going to lose a lot of money. So he said that night, July 29th, Vegas is in for a shock. And I still don't understand how Broner is a 5-1 underdog in this fight. I told you guys on my channel, I'm very transparent with you guys, that I was personally leaning towards Mikey Garcia to beat Broner in a tough fight, right? And I said it, the biggest reason for me is consistency. Broner has put on his best performance. My favorite Broner fight, Antonio DeMarco. I have not seen that complete of a package performance since then. Broner moved up in weight. Broner fought the lightweight champion, and he was a southpaw. And Broner, being the southpaw slayer, he fucked him up. Ass beaten, right? That was a great performance. My favorite, my personal favorite, right? I just like how he broke him down. He had DeMarco, I think he started dancing like he was doing the cat daddy or something after he knocked him out. So it's just a great performance from Broner. I remember that fight. He had the pink on. I remember that fight vividly. But his performances haven't always been that consistent. I thought he could, even if he lost to Sean Porter, I thought he could do better. He did good in the 12th round, but before that, he was just kind of clinching and he wasn't winning those rounds, stuff like that. So for consistency's sake, I will be honest. I told you guys I was leaning towards Mikey Garcia. However, 5-1 is nuts to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. Like, when Golovkin was fighting people like Willie Monroe or people like that, the odds they were like that. You know what I mean? They were pretty high odds. Maybe, probably a little bit worse, but I can't see that. I can't see a 5-1. Like, you know what I mean? I might, like I said, I might throw a stack on Broner just because I know it's possible. If Broner comes correct and fights smart, then I think he can beat Mike Garcia. Again, I don't know who I'm landing with, but the odds is kind of influencing me because it's crazy. It's almost disrespectful if you think about it to Broner. To me, this is like a 50-50 fight because the variables in this fight. Mikey Garcia is terrific, but in my view, he's just very sound and he does a lot well. But I can't really think of something that Mikey Garcia does that is great or flashy. You know, and that's okay because there's a lot of guys who will surgically break your ass down, like Badu Jack. That's my dude. Shout out to Badu. Every time I see him, it's love. But Badu Jack's another fighter who's like, you look at him, you're like, man, what is he doing in there? It's not even that much, but he's a workman, and he's gonna break you down. So I'm not trying to, it's not about underrating guys. I'm going off of what I've seen. Like when I see guys like Roy Jones, they're doing something in there that I've never really seen guys do. You know what I mean? Or if they have done it, it doesn't look the same. Like Roy Jones, he's like, why were you grabbing the ropes, Roy? I wasn't grabbing the ropes. I was chicken fight. Don't do that. Ah! And Roy was doing all them sound effects and shit. He's like, I wasn't grabbing the ropes. I was chicken fight. We do that in Pensacola. I was like, don't do that. Don't come closer. Don't go. Ah! Roy, he was feeling himself in his prime. That shit is hella funny. But just little stuff like Floyd. Some of the stuff like pull his head, pull counter, and then blast Marquez with the right hand. Like some of that stuff like that. I'd never seen Mikey Garcia do those things. But again, that's not his bread and butter. You don't have to, everyone doesn't have to fight the same way, because he's very efficient at what he does do. He doesn't waste punches. He's kind of economical, but he has power. He has footwork, not in the sense of like a Mayweather or Pacquiao in terms of speed. Like he's just gonna like, Pacquiao does some weird shit. It looks like he's tap dancing, but it works for him. Right? That's what I'm saying. There's no rule book to this. Or Roy Jones, Pacquiao, they do stuff that if you go to a boxing class or they're teaching beginners boxing, they would never tell you to do the shit Pacquiao does. You mean, no, they're not gonna tell you to do all that, right? Roy Jones putting your hands, be like, hey, coach, should I chicken fight? They're not gonna tell you to do that type of stuff. That's not, you'll get your fighter hurt, especially if they're new to the sport or whatever. But they do it. So, you know what I mean? That's what this game is about. You have whatever style you have, and then you make the most of it. So Mikey Garcia, his footwork is good about navigating around the ring. Like I've seen him cut off the fight or cut off the ring a little bit more. And then sometimes I've seen him like where he'll navigate, create some space, but it's not fast footwork. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's hard to explain. Mikey Garcia does a lot. He does a lot of the perfect things good, but I still don't see this being a blowout for either guy, to be honest. Mikey Garcia had a damn good jab too, so he would want to use that against Broner looked a hair taller to me. He wants to use that jab. I was at Garcia's last fight versus Dejan Zlaticanin, and boy oh boy, Zlaticanin was sleeping in. That was horrible. ZZZ Zlaticanin, he got put to bed. Like, yeah, he put him to bed. But he had a great jab in that fight. So, I don't know. I'm just looking forward to it. I'm just trying to give you guys my insight and a preview of the fight. But Broner says, you bet against him, you're going to lose your house. You're going to be homeless. 5-1 underdog. And, you have to, first of all, take what I'm saying loosely. Because you have to, at the end of the day, you have to have skill to pull off what you say. And I've seen skill from Broner. So, people like, I really believe when these fighters are these massive underdogs, they really want to prove people wrong, whether they could do it or not. But I really don't believe in the mind and hearts of a fighter. Like, let's say Rod Salka versus Danny Garcia. I don't think Rod Salka is going in there like, why would he take the fight if he knew he was going to get stretched? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. So in his mind, he really probably thought he could beat like Danny Garcia. I could deal with this power. He's kind of basic. He's slow. He probably thought he could really beat him. You know what I mean? That's the mind of a fighter. You don't back down, really. You know what I mean? You're a warrior. So Broner's a little bit different because he's not no Rod Salka. He actually has skill. So Broner, I really can see him being motivated and fueled by this. Be like, oh, really? 5-1? He probably feels like Snoop Dogg on the Source Awards in 1995, the Death Row, where Snoop Dogg couldn't believe he was in New York and he had like some of the most popping albums with Dre, and the East Coast wasn't receiving him well. He's like, the East Coast ain't got love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg? Well, let it be known then, cuz we know where we at. Ah, yeah. 9-4 plus 5 penny. Add that shit up, nigga. You know what I mean? He was probably pissed off. Like, what the like, the East Coast ain't got love for Dr. Dre and Snoop? Well, let it be known then. You know what I mean? That's how Broner's probably feeling. Like, what? Boxing ain't got love for AB? Okay. Ah, well, let it be known then. 5-1? Yeah. Bow Wow? Ah. Broner's probably pissed off at them odds. Like, and see this, for me, I would say one of the biggest things that makes it so slanted is I've only really seen Mikey Garcia at 140 one time, and that was against Elias Rojas, who wasn't even a 140 pounder. He didn't look like he had no power to me. You know what I mean? And that was off of a 2-year layoff. So I'm not knocking Mikey for taking that fight. That's a fight he should have taken. You know what I mean? Bring a guy up. You've been out of the ring for 2 years, so you don't want to put yourself like. It wouldn't have been smart to fight Dejan Zlatisin in his very first fight and then have cobwebs and a guy with a 90% knockout ratio. You know what I mean? That's stupid to be out of the ring for 2 years, 2+ years, and then come back to Terrence Crawford or something crazy. That's stupid, because Crawford, while you've been on the sidelines, he's been active and he already beat you in the amateur, so that wouldn't be good. You know what I mean? But he came back to the right fight. But beyond that, when I look at it, I'm like, Elias Rojas is no Broner, right? And if they were both naturally, if I had seen more from Mikey Garcia at 140, then this fight wouldn't be as intriguing. Because if he looked the same and he had, let's say he beat somebody of note, let's say he fought Victor Postal's tall ass, and then he beat him, and then he fought like, I don't know, like Hank Lundy and Julius Ndongo, then he fought Broner, I'll be like, okay. Because if he was looking the same and he remained undefeated after fighting a couple of people, I'll be like, okay. But he literally had one fight. That's what makes this fight very, very intriguing for me, because he only had one fight at 140, and he's only 2 fights removed from being inactive for two plus years. Very interesting. Don't sleep on Broner, but you definitely can't sleep on Mikey Garcia, the favorite. Underdog versus the favorite. That's my analysis. That's my breakdown. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.